Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Last night I watched a video and in the video it was Andrew Tate who was invited to and by Piers Morgan. Maybe you're familiar with Piers Morgan and maybe you're not familiar with who Andrew Tate is. So this man, he was a kickboxer, a world champion kickboxer, so he was a good one, and he made some money here and there. He has a lot of money, and he used to be, because he was, I think, pulled out from a lot of platforms, from YouTube and other platforms where he was having a podcast or videos posting, being invited here and there. And he's a very, very outspoken person. He's a very fast, his brain works fast, his mouth works fast, and he says things that are politically incorrect. Let's put it this way. I watched a few of his videos related to certain issues that I wanted to see what he's saying. I agreed with certain things, I disagreed with others. Here is not about me and Andrew Tate, it's about Andrew Tate and Piers Morgan. And why do I use them, or Andrew Tate in this instance, is to exemplify how the mass media and how this considered mainstream media, I don't even know how to call Piers Morgan, opinion maker, weasel, what kind of techniques they use in order to discredit you in front of an audience. So Piers Morgan, I watched him, and I watched him again last night because I had a little bit of intellectual masturbation when I see that video between him and Ben Shapiro. When Ben Shapiro mops the floor with Piers Morgan. That's a fantastic video, because Piers Morgan tries the same personal attack and tries to link you as an individual with something, an action that someone did somewhere else, even if you're not involved in that. But let's say if a crime occurs over there and you talk about the crime, or somehow you have an opinion that he disagrees, he tries to link you with the crime, like you support the crime. If you have a different opinion on whatever happened or on one of the persons involved in the crime. So he was talking with, in that case, with Ben Shapiro, and they were talking about bullying. And Ben Shapiro grabs him by the balls from the very beginning. Balls from the very beginning, because it was the Andy Hook, mass shooting, and Piers Morgan used to use that one to link people he didn't like with that. If you would disagree with his opinion, that means you are condoning the massacre, the mass shooting. And Ben Shapiro knocks him out from the very first minute, and after which Piers Morgan never recovers. And I will upload that one in the description below, as long in a box, as long and along with this I will use not the whole 1 hour and a half of Piers Morgan and Andrew Tate. I will use just a few sequences taken from another video, 10 minutes, where Andrew Tate just mops the floor with weasel Piers. Now, Piers has this show called Uncensored or something with Piers Morgan, and the whole, how should I put it, the whole reason for that show regarding Andrew Tate was to discredit this guy and show how smart Piers is and how zero person this guy is. Well, he doesn't succeed that. He doesn't succeed. What he's doing, he's applying the techniques that these weasels are applying. When you watch a show like this, look at the host. The host will interrupt every time the guest tries to make a point. So let's say you're asked, so you support, I don't know, that kind of thing. And you say, well, I don't think that it's a, it should be interpreted like this. And then, wow, so you support it. They don't let you finish. And the audience looking at it will not get your answer, because the weasel, the host, will interrupt you every time you are getting to finish your, or even to bring your bulk, the apex of your point. Therefore, the audience will remain with nothing from your answer. Your answer will never be fully expressed, and you will remain, hey, he didn't make a point. I mean, at that question, he didn't answer it. Did you catch what he said? No, because this guy was interrupting this guy every time when this guy was getting to his point, or to make a logical point. So when you, let's say, want to explain a situation, you start from the beginning, you go in the middle, and then you end it. And you make the conclusion, and in the process you explain all the facts, or your interpretation of the facts, your interpretation. And at the end you reach a conclusion. Well, they let you make the introduction, and when you start bringing the evidence, they interrupt it right there. You don't even get to make the point. So this is how these weasels are doing, and they try to irritate you by interrupting you. So you have to be very clear. Like, for instance, Andrew Tate is very clear. You interrupt me all the time. If you let me finish, these are the words. And another technique of these guys is to tell you, so after you say, well, I am, let's say, give an example, I am for, I don't know, I support France. And you say, Baba, so you're saying you're not supporting France? No, that's not what I'm saying. Well, what are you saying? Well, I just say like five times already. So they try to bring the same issue repeatedly. Again, everything that they do is not for the guest, it's for the audience. So he's trying to present to the audience that this person is a bad person. You should not listen to him or to her, and go from there. So you're saying that after you make your point, after you bother, if they let you finish your point, they say, so you're saying this, something totally, only an idiot would make that point. But when he says that, that remains in people's brains. You don't want it, but it remains. And say, if you caught what the person invited over there, the point the person made, you say, what is the connection between, he was very clear in what he said, and this is what you got out of it? A good example to watch that is Jordan Peterson's interview with, I can't remember her name, but I will post that in the description below as well. So there's going to be 3 videos over there as of now. One is going to be Piers Morgan versus Ben Shapiro. The other one, Andrew Tate, Piers Morgan, just 10 minutes, just a few things where this guy is calling out Piers Morgan. And then the third one is going to be Jordan Peterson with this person, I can't remember her name, is a blonde English British girl. So are you saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. If you watch that, if you're not familiar with the video, you might be. He's always saying, no, that's not what I said. That's not what I say. You have to stand your ground and pay attention, because these weasels are using semantics to get you. That's a get you interview, and paint you. For instance, Piers Morgan, from the very beginning, he tries to get Andrew Tate as a misogynist. That's what, and he got one phrase over there, and that was it. Ignoring the context, ignoring many other statements that Andrew Tate made. But that's what it is. Is, let's say today I say, well, I don't really like the color black. That I like. Okay, I don't like the color black. But then I say in other interviews, well, I like color black. My color black is okay, yeah. And then they say, they take, when I said I don't like the color black, as being the pinnacle, your opinion. Everything else should be ignored. Why? Because the audience might not know all the 50 times when you said that color black is a nice color. In another interview said I have nothing against black color, or you know what I mean? But they point this and say, so you're a hater of a black color? Well, you said it. Well, you said it. Yeah, but how many other things I said about the color black? You know what I mean? It's so cheap, but you have to pay attention. Pay attention and know your stuff. Know what you said and know the context. Because these guys get only beats, pop, pop, pop. They throw up on the table and they say, well, you said it, you must be. But you have to remember what I said, how I said. But if you believe in that issue, you know exactly what you said, because you're not going to change. You're not going to change your stance. Believe me, there are circumstances, the context. You might say, well, I don't like color black. It doesn't look good on my, I don't know, tan or my face. That's the context, how it looks with me. But then he takes that, just the first part. I don't like color black. Boom. Oh, you said, Emil, that you don't like the color black. Why is that? Are you an anti-color black? Are you discriminating against the color black? And you have to think, what the hell did I say? Because I have nothing against it. I might like it. And then you have to remember, oh, a second, it was the context of it. I don't think it's a preference. It doesn't look good with me, I guess, I think. But you have to remember that. And the weasel is going to try to turn, oh, you change your mind now? No, you didn't mention the context. Well, you said you don't like. So it's just going around, and you have to say, this is what I am. This is how I am. Screw you. You make the point as much as you can. But that guy is not over there to make a point with you. He's just trying to discredit you. And I think he's trying with this guy. And Andrew Tate started slowly. So I watched, I don't know, about 20 or 25 minutes of it. And I was like, what's going on here? Andrew, why don't you just slap this guy around? Because I know you can. I saw how you think when you were in other shows. But those 10 minutes will be enough just to see how he slaps around Piers Morgan, which I don't think it's hard as long as you know their game. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.